Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. It's your friendly neighborhood PM with your top 3 market points of the week. Now, I wish I had better news for you this week, but it does look like we're going to finish the week negative across the markets. So without further ado, let's just dive right in and see what's been driving everything. Now, point number 3 is Ukraine and other European allies rejecting a proposed peace plan set forth by the U.S. and Russia. Now, this was a 28-point plan that outlined things such as taking Ukrainian territories and making them de facto Russian territories, as well as Ukraine giving up any hopes of NATO membership in the future. Now, you can probably imagine that this was rejected by the opposing parties, namely Germany, France, the UK, and Ukraine. Now, what the EU is trying to do, though, is find a fiscal stimulus package to help Ukraine continue to fund their operations in the war. But right now they're kind of struggling figuring out what kind of package that looks like. But as that develops, we'll keep you posted here. At point number 2, it's the labor market. Now, we did finally get the September jobs report this past week, and it did show some resilient strength in non-farm payrolls. But essentially, that data was compiled prior to the government shutdown. And now what we're hearing is that we're not going to be getting an October jobs report at all for this prior month because of the government shutdown. And in addition to that, it sounds like the November jobs report is going to be released on December 16th, which is after the Fed's rate decision meeting. Now, this is really important because the Fed likes to use, obviously, the jobs report to help facilitate their decision making on whether they should cut or lower or increase interest rates. So right now, we're still in a huge amount of flux when it comes to data from the labor market. And just for a quick fun fact, this is the first time since the Bureau of Labor Statistics has foregone an entire monthly report since it started reporting this data in 1994. So it kind of breaks this multi-decade streak of always providing that data, even despite other government shutdowns. Now, they may have delayed it in the past, but they've still reported it. So that kind of brings into question the integrity of this data coming forth, because they are going to roll it into that November data. But that kind of leaves us kind of up in limbo as to what we can foresee the Fed projecting on rates come the December meeting. And finally, point number 1, it was Nvidia earnings. Now, Nvidia had great earnings across the board. They beat across almost every metric and also raised their guidance. And while the market did initially react positively, seeing Nvidia shares climb almost 5%, and then overall markets open yesterday at plus 2% kind of across the board, we saw the markets completely shift in the matter of an hour, going from plus 2% to minus 2%, seeing almost a 4% swing across the equity market. So what this goes to show is that even though Nvidia, who has been the market darling for 2 years now, and the largest company on the planet, even their great earnings couldn't sustain kind of the fears that people have going on right now of expressed and lofty AI valuations across the tech spectrum. So right now we have kind of a skittish investor sentiment going on right now, as well as worries around a supposed AI bubble. But management from Nvidia and other AI hyperscalers have gone to say that they don't believe that we are in a bubble and that their earnings reflect that. But needless to say, we saw some serious volatility last night and yesterday because of those earnings and how market participants are reacting to that. And that does it for your top 3 points this week. Next week, we're going to be on a pause. We have Thanksgiving, so please go out and enjoy that. There will be no video. But as always, if you have additional questions, please reach out to your financial advisor. And if you don't have one, you have questions, please just follow our link. We'll get you connected with somebody. But as always, please go out, enjoy your weekend, and enjoy your holiday. And we will see you in 2 weeks once we get back. Thanks again, as always.